All right, guys, in this video, we are going to talk about if then and if then else blocks. We use these blocks when we want our program to make a decision. Okay. All right. So we are going to go into control right here. Click on control and we are going to grab this block right here. If then. Okay. So let's grab this one. If then. And over here we have the if then else. Okay. If then else. First, let's go over the if then, and then we will talk about the other block. Okay, so for now, I'm gonna take this and put it back, and let's just talk about this one. Okay, so the if then block requires a condition that goes right here where you see this gray diamond. So this is where the condition goes, and in here, this is where we put our code, for that condition. All right. So let's go ahead and create a condition and see an example of it. Okay. All right. So let's go into let's go into events, and we'll use this block when this sprite clicked, and let's get an operator, and we'll get. So here's our condition. Okay. We'll say our condition is 5 is greater than 4. Okay, that's our condition. 5 is greater than 4. And then let's go over here to looks. Let's grab say hello. Okay, so if I click on 5 is greater than 4, it says true, right? So we need to take this condition and we put this condition inside this diamond. Okay, so what does this mean? So basically what we're saying is, okay, when we click the sprite, if 5 is greater than 4, then say hello. Okay. And so when I click on the cat, you'll notice it says hello, right? That's our condition. Okay. If the condition is true, then we do whatever is inside this block. Okay. But if the condition is not true, then this does not happen. Okay. So for example, if I change this to 3, okay, so now it's saying, okay, if 3 is greater than 4, then say hello. All right. Now, because 3 is not greater than 4, the cat is not going to say anything. Okay. So now if I click on the cat, okay, all right, it's still saying hello because we haven't cleared that out. So let's do this. Let's go ahead, get rid of this block and replace it with this one here. Say hello for 2 seconds. That way it'll say hello for 2 seconds and then it'll clear. It'll go away. So let's change this back to 5. And let's go ahead and click on the cat. And you notice, okay, it says hello for 2 seconds and then it disappears. Okay, so now we can try 3. Now let's try 3. And now when I click on the cat, nothing happens, right? It's not saying anything. Because this condition is false, right? This condition right here is false. So if I click on this condition, it says false. Okay. So this code right here, say hello for 2 seconds, that's only going to happen if the condition we put in here is true. Okay. If this condition is true, then we're going to say hello for 2 seconds. Okay. So if I change this back to 5 and I click on the sprite, now it says hello, right? Because the condition we put here is true. Okay. All right. Let's try one more thing. Okay. Let's grab the operators and let's grab the AND block. And what we're going to do is we're going to combine 2 conditions. So let's combine this one and let's combine this one. Okay. So now we're going to say, if 5 is greater than 4 and h is equal to 8. Okay. If that is true, if both of these are true, then we're going to say hello for 2 seconds. Okay. So now if I click on the cat, it says hello, right? But if I change even one of the conditions, and then I try it, nothing happens. See that? Nothing, because this is false, right? This is false. This is true. And because we're using an and, the whole thing is false, right? So this is not going to happen, right? Now, what if I had an or? How about if I had an or? What if I did this? Now saying 5 is greater than 4 or 7 equals 8. That means if any of these 2 conditions is true, our or is going to return true, right? If you remember that, from the operators video, right? So now let's click on the cat. Look, and it says hello, right? That's because we're using an or, okay? All right, so that's how the if-then works. Now let's look at an example of the if-then-else block, okay? All right, now the if-then-else block is very similar to the if-then, but the main difference is that with the if-then-else, okay, you have this part, else, okay? What that means is, okay, if the condition is false, then we'll have a fallback, which is the else. That's the fallback, okay? So let's try this out. Let's try to put this same thing in here, okay? Let's do the same thing here. And so if condition is true, then we're going to say hello for 2 seconds. But if the condition is not true, we're going to say, we'll just say not true for 2 seconds. Okay, so now let's see what happens. So now if I click on it, it says hello, right? Because this condition is true. Now let's say to do 3 is greater than 4 or 7 is equal to 8. Now these are both false, right? So the condition, this condition right here is false. So now if I click on the cat, it'll say not true, okay? Because we have a fallback, okay? The fallback is the else, okay? The else is a fallback. All right, so now I want to talk about nested if-then and if-then-else statements, okay? Nested, okay, what does that mean? All right, let's take a look at an example, okay? All right, so nested means one thing inside of another thing. That means when something is inside of something else, okay? So for example, nested, if I were to take another if-then and I put it inside the first one, now this one, the inside if-then, that's called nested. That's a nested if-then statement, okay? If I put it right underneath it, it's in the same line, okay? So it's not nested anymore. But if I take it and I put it inside, that's called nested, okay? Now I can take another one and I can put that inside of the second one, right? So now we have 3 nested if-then statements, okay? So here's the first level, the second level, third level, okay? So right now we have 3 levels of nested if-then statements, okay? Now if I take another one and I put another one inside of the last one, now we have 4, right? 1, 2, 3. Now we have 4 levels, okay? All right, so now let's see an example of how you might, use the nested statements, okay? So let's start with the if-then else, okay? And we will get from here, we'll ask a question. When the sprite clicked, we'll ask let's say we'll ask them, do you like veggies, okay? We'll ask them, do you like veggies? And then we'll do operators. Let's see. Let's grab the answer variable. Okay, we'll say if answer equals yes, right? That means they like veggies. If answer equals yes, we want to do something here, right? Otherwise, that's our fallback, else, right? What do we want to do else? Let's just say a simple message, okay? We'll just say, too bad. Veggies are really good for you, okay? Okay, so if they don't say yes, then we'll just tell them, too bad, veggies are really good for you, okay? So now, let's just try this out real quick, okay? So I'll go ahead and click the cat, do you like veggies? Let's say no. Okay, now it's saying, too bad, veggies are really good for you. Okay, so now we know that our fallback is working right, else. Okay, now what if I say yes? What do we want to do then, okay? How about we do something special here, okay? If we say yes, then let's ask them, what's your favorite? Okay, we'll ask them, what's your favorite? All right, and then we'll check. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna check. We're gonna check what they typed in, okay, what their answer was. Okay, so now we're gonna use a nested if then block here. Okay, nested if then, right? If the answer is yes, then we're going to use another if then block. Okay. And so for that, we're going to say, let's just copy this here, put that here. Now we'll say answer equals, if answer equals broccoli, okay, we want to say something, right? We want to say, let's say this here. We'll just say, that's my favorite veggie also. Okay, we're just going to say that. If the answer equals broccoli, we're going to say that's my favorite veggie also. All right, now let's see. What if they say something else? What if they say carrots, right? Then we can check if answer equals carrots, okay? Then we can say something like, we can say, something like carrots make great, carrots make a great juice, okay? We can say that. Okay, so let's say the user says beans, okay? If they say beans, we wanna, we wanna ask them, hey, do you mean red beans or green beans? So how can we do that? What we can do is we can add another nested block inside of there. Okay, we can say, okay, we can say, so if they say answer equals, if answer equals beans, we can ask them, do you mean green beans or red beans? Right? So if the answer is beans, then we ask them another question, right? We ask them a follow-up question. And then what we can do is we can add an if then else block inside of this if. Okay. So now look, so we have first level, second level. Okay, now we just added a third level, okay, of nested if then statements. Okay, so now we're gonna ask them, do you mean green beans or red beans? Okay, now we can say, let's duplicate this and say if answer equals red, then we can say something, right? We can say, then we can say something like, we can say red beans are awesome, right? Else, we can say else. Else, let's say green beans are good also. Okay. All right, so now let's take a look at what's going on here. There's a lot of code here, and let's walk through it. Okay. All right, so we start off by asking them be like veggies. Okay. If the answer equals yes, then we're gonna do all of this stuff. Okay, that's inside. Else, we're just gonna say too bad, veggies are really good for you. Okay. So now if the answer equals yes, we go in here. Now we ask them what's your favorite, and wait. Then if they say broccoli, then we're gonna say that's my favorite veggie also. If they say carrots, then we're gonna say carrots make a great juice. If they say beans, then we want to ask them, okay, do you mean green beans or red beans, right? And if they say red, then we're gonna say red beans are awesome. Else, we're gonna say green beans are good also. Okay. So that's how you do nested if then and if then else statements. Okay. Suppose that you're planning a birthday party and you need to decide what game to play based on the weather and the number of people coming to your party. Okay. So first thing we want to do, okay, is let's check the weather. Okay. First thing we want to do is, okay, ask, is it raining? No, let's say, is it sunny outside? Okay. So we're going to ask, is it sunny outside? Okay, then based on that, we're going to make a decision. Okay, so now let's go into control. Let's grab a if then else. Okay, and then go into operators. Let's grab a equal and go to sensing. Let's grab our answer. Okay, if answer equals sunny, if answer equals yes, okay. If it's sunny, we're gonna decide what game we want to play outside, okay? If it's not sunny, okay, then we're gonna decide what we want to do in the else, right? So here's what we're gonna do. So if the answer equals yes, right? If it is sunny, now we need to ask. Now we need to ask, are there a lot of Now we're gonna ask them, are there a lot of people? Okay. Okay, so next we're gonna ask, are there a lot of people? Okay, and then we're gonna use if then else inside of the first if then. Are there a lot of people? Okay, let's duplicate that. And if the answer equals yes, then we're going to say, okay, so if there are a lot of people, we're gonna say, let's play tag, okay? Else we can say, let's play hide and seek, okay? All right, so first thing we ask, is it sunny outside? If the answer equals yes, meaning yes, it is sunny, we're gonna do all of this. Well, what if it's not sunny? Like, what if it's raining? Then what do we wanna do? Well, then basically we're gonna do the same thing, okay? We're gonna ask them the same question again, okay? So we can just duplicate that whole block and we can say, okay, if it's not sunny, are there a lot of people? You ask them, are there a lot of people? If the answer equals yes, then we can say something like, let's play treasure hunt. Okay. But if there's not a lot of people, then we can say, let's play a board game. Okay. All right. So let's go through this code again one more time and see what it's doing. Okay. So when the green flag is clicked, we ask, is it sunny outside? Okay. So let's go ahead and click the green flag. Okay. Is it sunny outside? Let's say, yes, it is sunny. Then now it's saying, okay, now it's saying, are there a lot of people, right? It's asking, are there a lot of people? Then let's say yes. Okay, now it's saying, let's play tag, right? So we said yes, and we said yes again, and now it's saying, let's play tag. All right, now let's try this again, and this time, okay, is it sunny outside? We'll say yes. Are there a lot of people? We'll say no. And now it's saying, let's play hide and seek. You see that? It said this one, let's play hide and seek. All right, now let's try. Now, what if it's not sunny outside? Is it sunny outside? No. Now it's asking, are there a lot of people? And this time we'll say yes. Okay, so now it's saying, let's play treasure hunt. Okay. Now, if we say, no, it's not sunny outside, and no, there are not a lot of people, now it's saying, let's play a board game. Okay. So you see that? So we made multiple decisions, right? Based on, initial decision of whether it's raining or not. If it is raining, then we need to ask more questions. Okay, are there a lot of people, etc. All right, guys, now that you understand the if-then statement, I want to go back real quick and talk a little bit more about the mod operator. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's grab when the green flag clicked. And let's go to the variables. Let's set score to 0. Actually, no, let's do this. Let's grab when space key pressed. Okay. Go to variables, change my variable. we're going to change score by 1, okay? All right, now we're going to grab the mod operator, okay? We're going to say mod and grab score mod 5 equals 0. All right, so we're going to say, yay, you got 5 more points. All right, so let me explain to you what is going on here. Okay, each time we press the space key, we're going to change score by 1, and then we're doing that check. We're saying if score mod 5 equals 0, then say you got 5 more points. So what does that mean? Score mod 5. What that means is when you take the score and you divide it by 5, if the remainder is 0, then we're going to say, yay, you got 5 more points. What that means is that every time your score increases by 5 points, this value is going to be 0, okay? So for example, let's take a look. Let's just go ahead and run the program, okay? So I'll click start to set the score to 0. And when I press space, right now score is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, saying, yay, you got 5 more points, right? So now if I click space, it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now saying that again, yay, you got 5 more points. So every time the score goes up by 5, we say this message here, okay? So let's try it one more time. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now saying that again. You see that? Every time we go up by 5 points, it says you got 5 more points. Okay. And it's doing that because we're taking score, which right now is 15. We're dividing by 5, and the remainder is 0, right? Okay. Now, what if we wanted to check, what if we wanted to say this every time we got, let's say every time we got 3 points, right? Then we can easily do that just by changing this to 3, okay? Now, if I click on the green flag, it resets the score, and I press space, 1, 2, 3. Now, every time I got 3 points, it says you got 5 more. Oh, you should say 3 more points. I forgot to change that. All right, so now 4, 5, 6. Yay, you got 3 more points, okay? So you see how that works? So if you wanted to check, if you wanted your program to do something based on, based on when you get a certain number of points, you can use this mod operator. So let's say, like, for example, you want to change the background or something, right? You can use that. You can say every time I get 3 points, switch the backdrop, right? Go to the next backdrop. You can do something like that. Right now, we only have 1 backdrop, so it's not going to do anything, but let's go ahead and let's add a backdrop here, okay? Or snow have baseball, right? So now every time I get to 3 points, it'll switch the backdrop to 3. See, it switches the backdrop every time we get 3 points. Okay, so I hope you guys understand a little bit more about the mod operator and how you can use it in your games. All right, that's it for this video, guys. Until next time, bye-bye.